but it's Friday as I started the show, and today it's Freestyle Friday, so a lot will be happening. We'll leave you to guess, but right about now it's time for music and lifestyle. And in studio with me, I have an amazing rapper. But before I introduce him, 22162 is our SMS line. Start with the word YM254. Don't forget to leave your name and where you're watching us from, or preferably you can hit us up on Twitter. Y254 channel is our handle. I go by the name of Barry Moses, or it's Barry Mo on every social media platform. And our artist for music and lifestyle today goes by the name of Rain. Is a rapper, and there's a secret I won't let out now. Rain, karibu sana.
Thank you very much for having me.
I like to give my guests a chance to introduce themselves because I might miss one or two. So your camera is number 4. Who's Rain in a few words?
Rain is basically a hip-hop artist. That is what Rain is. Dr. Rain is a doctor. I'm a certified medical practitioner in Kenya. And Dr. Rain is also a TV host. I've hosted a couple of medical shows, made a couple of appearances on shows, medicine related. And I'm also an entrepreneur, and I'm a fitness head, and I'm also an activist. Yeah.
Activist?
Yes.
I'm interested in the activist part.
Activism, like there's a time us doctors went on strike, so actively participated in that strike. All about spreading the message and letting people know what the whole strike was about, what the CBA was about. People were just hearing the word CBA.
Some people don't even know what it stands for.
They don't. They don't. They still don't know what the CBA is. People still think it's all about the salaries. But we were fighting for a bigger cause. We were fighting for better healthcare for Kenyans. And
it was not only about you doctors. It was about the patients as well.
It was about the, I mean, look at it. That was last year. Look at what's happening now. You see in the news that certain facilities and institutes are complaining that they can't handle the capacity of patients. One is the largest referral hospital in East Africa, Kenyatta National Hospital. And those were some of the things that the CBA was trying to, to target, so that each and every county is well equipped, and each and every county has enough doctors so that you're not overstraining your referral center, which is Kenyatta National Hospital. So yeah, it was more than just we want money, we want more money. It was just,
it's very easy to mistake a protest for we want more money. People don't look different than that.
You know how the government mechanism works. They'll twist things and they'll feed the people
propaganda.
what they want them to hear. Like, let's make them believe that the doctors just want money.
I really want to talk about the music, but is there progress first before we talk about the music? So
I hope so. I hope so, man. It's a new government. Let's see.
All right.
Well, not a new government, but it's a new
era.
Yeah, it's another 5 years. Let's see.
All right.
Let's see.
Let's hope. Dr. Rain. But back to the music now.
Yeah, let's get into the music. Sorry.
Back to the music. Rain, I saw your freestyles from way back.
Yeah.
Were you in school back then, studying medicine?
No, I had already finished medicine. So I studied out of the country, and then I came back to Kenya in like 2012. So before I could actually get into the system, I wasn't actually working for almost 2 years. So during that time, for me, my hip hop, before I became a doctor, I used to do hip hop since I was a teenager. So it was only right I continued, and that was what was making me money in med school when I was studying.
You organized concerts for yourself, parties?
We did a lot of concerts. I did a lot of shows. That was how I was making my money when I was abroad. So when I came back, I was trying to get in, find out what's going on in the scene. So I did a couple of ciphers, with all the big names.
Which you really killed, and they gave you some mileage. People knew about Rain back then.
Yeah, at that time, people were like, okay, who's this dude? Like, where is he come from? Because we did freestyles with Octopizzo that did really well.
I saw that.
With Calligraph, with K4, K-Force.
You went on a radio freestyle as well,
yeah,
I think on Homeboy's radio.
I think we did everything. We did like YouTube ciphers. We did everywhere. Capital FM, Homeboys. The guys that were really, really like into the hip hop vibe at the time. Yeah.
And do you think it's a major key for a rapper to be like that ready? I can quote a certain rapper from South Africa. Is what is his name? Frank Casino. He says, "Tell the radio I'm ready." Is it necessary for a rapper to be able to freestyle whenever you're called for an interview at a radio? Be ready with a verse always.
See, the way I'd like to consider myself an old school boom bap rapper, and the way I grew up on hip hop was freestyle. Like my specialty is freestyle. Since I've been freestyling since I was like 15 years old. Of course, now when I went to university, I wasn't doing it. I used to freestyle every break time, every lunchtime, every single day of my high school life. And it's funny you brought up South Africa because that's where I went to high school, like down south. And the culture,
the hip hop culture there is really massive.
Yeah. So like, do I feel like in this day and age a rapper needs to be able to freestyle? From my generation, yes. But some people, you know, it's freestyle has lost. It was
meaning,
an art. It was really an art. Like back in the days, there was no social media. Somebody can step up to you and say, "Yo, I heard you're this rapper.
Give
you
us
need,
something."
let me battle you or something." So yeah, for me, freestyle is like,
it's really necessary.
It's easy for me to just come up with anything, basically because of how I was raised, hip hop wise.
From the freestyles back then to the music you're doing now, Rain, am I right to say there's a transition or there's an evolution of Rain?
Yeah, definitely. Because I started off as an MC, a freestyle battle rapper. There's a big difference between that type of artist and an actual musical artist. So there's a difference. There's a difference in meeting me in the streets and dropping a hot 16, then going to the studio
and piecing a track
together, good chorus, good topic, you know, so that people can relate to. So it's very different, and I feel like I've evolved. Man, I love hip hop. I love the evolution. Right now, the trap thing is in. My new song is basically trap. So yeah, there's evolution. You need to go with the times, otherwise you're gone. You're just gonna be.
So Drake just dropped 2 tracks. If you listen to them, have you got a chance? Drake, yeah.
Actually, I've peeped it. I've seen it on social media, but I still haven't gotten a chance.
You still haven't gotten a chance.
I'm working on my music, so I try to to move away from guys that may influence your music in certain ways. Yeah. So you just get into your element.
Saying,
this
sounding like
Drake,
this sounds
and
like this sounds like.
this.
So you better listen to it after you're done with your stuff. And all right, makes a lot of sense. But there's a way in which Drake drops singles. I don't want to say singles because they come in 2s. Drake will make a commercial track, then he'll make one track that the real hip hop heads are gonna listen to, and then drop them together. Is it something we are looking to see from Rain? Because you say you have evolved, but you grew up in another era of hip hop.
Yeah,
so
most definitely.
Are you going to be making tracks that
definitely
that can be bumped in the streets, and then you give us something?
Like I don't want to say I've sold out hip hop wise. I'm still very
That's why I picked my words very carefully. Evolved.
I'm still very old school cat, boom bap. I keep it true to the culture, but I've also evolved. I know how to get I can jump on anything due to the exposure that I've been through. I mean, I can do an Afro pop jam. I could jump on an R&B record because it's relevant.
Look forward to an Afro pop one.
You definitely. My album will have something for everybody because as soon as you start narrowing it down, like I'm doing something just for the hip hop heads, then you're only dealing with one target market. You need to understand where music is right now, which music is popping, but at the same time be true to yourself and be true to your form. So yes, you will hear some hardcore stuff in the upcoming project, and then you'll also hear some stuff that you can just chill out, in the club and just bump to.
And I'd like to know, how is the hip hop culture in Russia?
It's deep. It's very, very boom bap, old school. We were just chatting about that. Like I was telling you, Busta Rhymes will sell out more tickets than Amigos would right now in Russia.
In Russia right now?
Yeah. So
after the 2 cultures? Yeah.
Not that there isn't guys who listen to Migos. Like trap has really evolved hip hop. So you find the hip hop artists that are based in Russia, some of them have adapted to it, and some of them have decided to stay true to the original boom bap sound of hip hop. So Russia is very, very old school when it comes to hip hop. But they really like the other American culture, the pop side of it. They like the Pitbulls, they like the Nicki Minaj's.
That is something they party to.
Yeah, they love that, especially when you fuse that with with the David Guetta and you fuse that hip hop sound with the electrical sound. They like that a lot.
All right. Being a rapper was had so much exposure. You've studied in SA, where hip hop is really huge. You've studied in Russia, where sound engineering is really like A1.
Yeah.
Do you think we are getting it right in terms of audio quality first, before we even talk about the videos?
Personally, I think we still have, in terms of mixing, we're getting there, but I think our mastering still has a long way to go.
What's the difference between mixing and mastering?
Man, it's an art. Mixing basically is sitting down, piecing the track and arranging that track together, putting the right vocals here, making sure that
the levels,
mixing the levels here and there, and then mastering is basically bringing the sound to life, making it sound like the way it sounds in a studio, but that's how it will sound in your earphones, in the car. So mastering is...
So when you sample it on different devices, it has to sound the same. It has to achieve that quality.
It's the finishing touch. It's the finishing touch. So if you mix something, it will sound mixed, it will sound all right, but once you master it, that's when you bring all the sound to life.
All right.
Yeah.
So the mastering is where we are heading there.
Yeah. So far, I really like Sauti Soul's new stuff. The sound quality is amazing. I think they've gotten it right.
Is it done local?
I don't know. I need to.
Right,
I need
we
to ask
need to find out about that. All right. But when I listen to your track, this new one that we are launching here today, I can tell there's a lot of creativity that went into it, and a lot of skill. How was the creation process before we introduce Steph Kapela? I see him in the building, who is part of this particular project. How was the creation process? Because I love the melodies, I love the sound, I love the production.
Yeah, the creative process is quite simple now. It's very modern nowadays. We don't actually go and sit down in a studio and play down some beats or call someone. So it's usually Yujo just made a beat. Kevo is the one who introduced me to Yujo, the producer, Yujo Cypher. So he played me.
Shout out to Yujo Cypher.
Yeah, man. Shout out Yujo Cypher, man. You need, if you're an artist and you're doing hip hop, you need to hit up the dude.
Cop some beats.
Yeah, that guy makes that fire. So he had like 3-4 beats he was playing for me in the car, and then the one that he originally wanted, I told him, okay, we'll do this for your project. I wasn't really feeling that one, so I was feeling the new Baba beat. Yeah. And he played it for me, and then melody just started playing in my head. So I came up with the chorus.
Alright, you came up with the hook.
Yeah, I came up. Yeah, I came up with the chorus. So I told him, look, let me go home. Let me sit down on this. So yeah, I just got home, played it. Melodies just started popping up. And then I'm like, okay. I told him, look, I've got a chorus. Let's go in.
Amazing. And Kevo does the second part of the chorus.
Yes.
All right.
Originally, I did the whole chorus, but then we're like, okay, now it sounds monotonous.
Let's
maybe
get a dynamic.
Yeah, so he had added like his own, twist to it. Same pretty much thing, but with the auto-tune, he kind of tweaked it a little bit, and it was sounding dope. We're like, okay, yeah, let's do that. So that happened in the studio when we were recording.
Amazing. Yeah. Freestyle Friday, I have 2 rappers in the building. I think we'll introduce Steph now, because I'm ready to listen to some bars. Yeah. I see you, man. Looking fresh as always.
What up, my G?
Mambo vipi? Traffic.
Mob sana.
Oh, so zikibaniwa out so
man, too much traffic.
Do this zibaniwe out.
Tafadhali hata msifikirie sto.
All right, Steph, it's been a minute, man. Karibu sana. All right. I'm so glad to have you two in studio, even though K-Force couldn't make it. This track is huge in the streets right now. And I've been following you on Instagram. I didn't really follow Rain before this so much.
I'm the new guy.
You're the new Baba.
I'm the new guy. I'm the new Baba.
Steph, I think you guys shot this video a while back.
Yeah, actually it was last year, right?
Last year. July or something?
Something like that. Yeah, it was. We did it a while back, but the timing wasn't right, and you know, things just kind of happened to fall into place at this point. So, tumenda nayo sahi.
All right, Steph, you've been here. I don't want to ask you the typical questions that you get at every interview.
This is home.
So, I've got an insight on Rain, but the fans are demanding, man. It's Freestyle Friday.
You want to drop some bars?
Yes.
You want to drop some bars for this guy? I didn't know it was a freestyle.
No, it's not a freestyle show. We call it Freestyle Friday.
No, like I told you, man. If it's freestyle, he knows. We have this debate all the time. When it comes to freestyle, I'm ready any day. It might not
my
be
producer.
It might not be the bars.
I have guys that were born ready. So cook a bit for me.
You have a guy that was born ready.
I have guys that
You don't have to.
So
you have
line
one.
up a beat for me. But while we line up this, Steph, how was the experience working with Rain and Kafus? Because I bet when you were in the States, you saw their movement from there, right?
Yeah. Working with Rain and K-Force was like one of the first collabos I did. I was still at Atoile Music at that point. Honestly, it was one of the best things that I've ever because we record I got the beat to write the verse for it. Like I literally had like 2 days before we were shooting the video. So after that, we just wrote, recorded. 2 days later, we're heading to Nakuru to shoot the video. And I'm sure guys have seen the video. It's amazing. It's an amazing video.
Where is that coffee from, by the way? Is it a coffee from?
It's on Kiambu Road. Yeah, so I did that actually later. We did some drone shots with shout out Johnson Chalo for the amazing work he did on the video. So it was different locations. That was in Kiambu Road. So in Kiambu County, the main video was shot in Nakuru, and then we did a couple of scenes in Nairobi as well. Yeah.
All right, and why did you guys decide to go out of town with the video? You didn't want to carry on with the same narrative of the
I think
scenery.
Yeah,
scenery is amazing.
I came up, we sat down with Johnson and Johnson Chalo, and we're discussing, we're trying to be so American, and I really love what's, Africa is beautiful. So I was like, let's show the world what Kenya really looks like. Let's show the beauty of Africa. Because we're already on a trap beat, we're already on American culture, but let's give it an African feel,
All right, and I love the Swahili in the song, but Steph, my fans wamesema wakuoni vizuri. Ikaoneza Yes, I bet, yes, I think they can see.
We're good now?
Ebu kiasi.
I'm Nyoni Badu.
You're making it. Oh yes, even better now.
Hapo sahi.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, asubuhi watakwenda kasi ya kula.
We are running out of time, and I won't get by bars. So I think it's time for the moment of truth. Who's going first?
On the freestyle?
It's not really a freestyle. You can give us a verse you've written some time back. We just want to hear you. Yes, we just want to hear you guys rap.
Okay.
I'll let you go first.
All right, my producer is as an instrumental for us. I think he can. Can we get some beats?
Plastic surgeon, maybe I'm your favorite, maybe I'm your next yet, but I'm your best threat. Everybody know how I said that, and I'm here with Barry. Put it down, we about to do this show like we Larry. My dog, how that sound? And I kick it pound for pound, round after round, as Kapela. Now I'm doing this a cappella. Oops, that's a boom bap instrumental, don't tell them. And I do this, and you can't even understand, you soft like Jello. I'm hardcore, y'all niggas can't even move. I'm fast like Mello, Carmelo, Tony, everybody phony. y'all niggas is back. I am a stallion, you're a pony.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that's just like freestyle off the top.
Dr.
Yeah.
No, never.
Hakuna mambo ya kujaibisha.
No. You can't do us like that, sir. You can't do us like that. This is why in the morning it's Freestyle Friday.
I do not freestyle. I really don't freestyle, man. I just write, man. I just
He's
write.
right. He doesn't
write,
freestyle,
man.
but he's like the quickest writer. Like he said,
Yes.
Yeah.
we sent him like, you know, initially it was just me and Kevo on the track, and I was like, nah, something is missing. Something is missing. And I also felt like me and Kevo always team up all the time. I was like, nah, we need something fresh.
Something extra.
Yeah, and I really feel like Steph is the next thing right now, because this dude can sing, this dude can rap. So I told him like, dude, like I know this is short notice. We're shooting the video in like 3 days. Please, can you like jump on it? And it was tricky for me because.
So you reached out to Steph?
Yeah, I reached out to him, and then I had to reach out to the management, you know, and we got everything done. Yeah, and then this dude sent me the verse like after that, and I was like, okay, do I put this guy on this track because he's really making us look bad? Like he really came like everybody
but
knows.
Yes, we bumped it, and he really came in.
Yeah.
He won't say no more. Let's listen to the song, then we'll be back with some more of this interview. You don't want to miss this.